Imagine spending $3,000 on a new catalytic converter when you could fix the old one for just $30.
It sounds unbelievable, right? But that's what some mechanics want you to think.
The truth is, these 9 catalytic converter cleaners have been tested and trusted by millions of real users around the world, and they actually work.
But be careful, not all products are safe.
At the end, I'll tell you about 3 cat cleaners that can damage your engine in just minutes.
Let's start with a product that can save you both money and embarrassment. Number 1, Cataclean Complete Engine, Fuel, and Exhaust System Cleaner. For over 30 years, Cataclean has been one of the top catalytic converter cleaners in the world. It's so effective that some people even joke that they invented it. Tens of thousands of users have seen the results. Some used it right after their check engine light came on, while others waited for 2 years. What's truly amazing is how fast it works. One Porsche owner reported that after just 10 miles, the check engine light turned off and stayed off. Despite its name, Cataclean doesn't just clean the catalytic converter. It also removes carbon buildup from fuel lines, injectors, the combustion chamber, intake valves, oxygen sensors, the EGR system, DPF, and PPF. This makes it suitable for gasoline, diesel, hybrid, and flex fuel engines. The secret is its powerful formula, which combines acetone, isopropanol, and xylene. Cataclean works at a high concentration. Just one 16-ounce bottle goes into a quarter tank of fuel. Drive normally for at least 15 minutes, then refill the tank. That's all it takes to get your car ready to pass an emissions test. In addition to cleaning, Cataclean restores lost fuel economy, improves engine performance, and helps with delayed acceleration. Although it's the most expensive cleaner on this list at around $30, it's worth every penny for the results it delivers. And now, with that out of the way, it's time to cover 3 catalytic converter cleaners that can actually damage your engine, so pay close attention. Number 2, CRC Guaranteed to Pass Emissions System Cleaner. As the name says, this product was designed for one main goal: to help your car pass emissions tests. That's why it's one of the fastest catalytic converter cleaners on the market. I've seen cars fail emissions 3 times, and then pass just 50 miles after using CRC. The secret is CRC's formula, which combines naphtha, diesel fuel, and a polyethyramine substitute. This special mix not only cleans the catalytic converter but also helps prevent future buildup. CRC is strong enough to work even if your check engine light has been on for over a year, something most other cleaners can't handle. It also cleans and restores the entire fuel system, including fuel injectors, intake valves, and the combustion chamber. This can restore lost fuel economy, improve starting, and provide better airflow. Cleaner combustion also reduces the risk of running rich, which can damage catalytic converters. One 12-ounce bottle treats up to 16 gallons of gasoline. Simply pour it in, then drive normally, or push it for about 20 minutes if you have an emissions test soon. At around $12, it's the cheapest catalytic converter cleaner you'll find. Plus, it comes with a double money-back guarantee, so there's nothing to lose. While CRC does almost everything right, there's still one product that beats it for the top spot, and that's coming next. Number 3, Oxicat Oxygen Sensor and Catalytic Converter Cleaner by Bluechem Group. This is another German product with a strong global reputation, even though it's still fairly new in the United States. It may not stay under the radar for long. Unlike many competitors, Oxicat is made to clean oxygen sensors, catalytic converters, and even turbochargers. Another big advantage is that it works in both gasoline and diesel engines. What makes Oxicat different is that it doesn't rely only on strong solvents. Most solvent-based cleaners burn off quickly during combustion and pass through the system fast. Oxicat works differently. It contains a patented oxygen-releasing compound that activates when the catalytic converter reaches its normal operating temperature. This process increases oxygen in the exhaust stream, helping break down gum, varnish, and carbon deposits on oxygen sensors and inside the catalytic converter. To use it, pour 1 can into the tank and then fill up with about 16 gallons of gasoline or diesel. After that, just drive normally. For best results, use it every few months to help keep your catalytic converter clean. Many users report that the check engine light turns off within a day or 2. However, if you have an emissions test coming up in just a few hours, there's only one option that works fast enough, and that's what we'll cover next. Number 4, Duralube Severe Catalytic and Exhaust Treatment. Over time, if you delay oil changes or use the wrong type of oil, your piston rings can start to wear out. When that happens, oil can leak into the exhaust system and clog the catalytic converter. This oil contamination stops the converter from working properly. Duralube Severe Catalytic and Exhaust Treatment is designed to target that problem. It helps remove oil residue from the catalytic converter and also protects it from future contamination. It works by reducing the effects of zinc and phosphorus deposits that come from worn piston rings and valve seals. This helps the catalytic converter function properly again, so it can measure and reduce emissions more effectively, which can help you pass a smog test. In addition to cleaning oil residue, Duralube also removes carbon buildup from the catalytic converter. It doesn't stop there. This additive also helps clean oxygen sensors, fuel injectors, and parts of the cylinder head. The result can be better fuel economy, smoother driving, and lower exhaust emissions. To use it, pour the 16-ounce bottle into your fuel tank and then fill the tank completely. Unlike some other products, you don't need to drive aggressively. Just drive normally until the tank is empty. If your car is showing codes for both the catalytic converter and the oxygen sensors, there may be an even better option, and that's what we'll look at next. Number 5, Lacquer Thinner. If you've ever refinished kitchen cabinets, you know how powerful lacquer thinner is as a degreaser. Lacquer thinner is made from a mix of strong solvents like aromatic hydrocarbons, acetone, toluene, and methanol. Interestingly, some of these same ingredients are also found in certain catalytic converter cleaners. Just like with those cleaners, heat is the key, and lots of it. Here's the basic method. Add 1 gallon of lacquer thinner to about 10 gallons of fuel. Then drive the car hard for around 150 miles. Another option is to let the engine run at about 2,500 revolutions per minute for 30 minutes. The heat, combined with the strong solvents, can help break down carbon deposits and varnish buildup inside the catalytic converter. Some people argue that lacquer thinner could damage plastic parts in the fuel system because it contains acetone. However, lacquer thinner usually contains only 10 to 30% acetone, similar to some commercial catalytic converter cleaners. Also, gasoline itself already contains strong solvents. When used in the correct diluted amount, many people claim it does not harm the fuel system. That said, while this method may help clean a clogged catalytic converter, it does not help prevent future buildup, unlike the next product on the list. Number 6, Chevron Techron Concentrate Plus. If you've seen our video on fuel injector cleaners, you already know that Techron Concentrate Plus is one of the best fuel system cleaners available. And it's not just our opinion, major car companies like GM and BMW have used it in the past. Here's the surprising part, Techron doesn't just clean your fuel system. It also helps protect your catalytic converter from getting clogged in the first place. When fuel injectors get dirty, they don't spray fuel properly. This leads to unburned fuel entering the exhaust system, which creates carbon buildup inside the catalytic converter. Over time, this buildup can cause serious problems. Techron Concentrate Plus cleans fuel injectors and helps restore their spray pattern close to factory condition. This means better combustion and less carbon reaching the catalytic converter. Another thing that damages a catalytic converter is dirty, oily air entering the system. When oil particles reach the platinum-coated honeycomb inside the converter, they can create thick carbon deposits or leave behind sticky residue. Techron helps break down and remove both. The reason it works so well is its high concentration of polyetheramine, one of the strongest cleaning ingredients on the market. It's powerful enough to clean the entire fuel system, and there's still enough cleaning action left to help clean parts of the exhaust system too. That's why many users report that after just one treatment, their P0420 check engine code disappears. Using it is simple. Pour 1 bottle into about a quarter tank of gas, then fill up the tank. After that, just drive normally. And if you think that's impressive, wait until you see this next, more controversial option. Number 7, Rislone Cat Complete Fuel, Exhaust, and Emissions System Cleaner. If you have an emissions test coming up and your car might fail, this is a product you should consider. Rislone Cat Complete removes soot, carbon buildup, oily residue, and other contaminants from the fuel system, catalytic converter, and oxygen sensors. It contains polyetheramine, a powerful ingredient that breaks down carbon deposits. This is the same key ingredient found in many high-quality fuel system cleaners and top-tier gasoline.
It also includes combustion modifiers and oxygen sensor cleaners, all in one bottle. I once had a customer who was told he needed $4,200 in repairs to pass a California emissions test. The repairs included a new catalytic converter, 2 oxygen sensors, and a tune-up. Instead, we used one bottle of this product. He passed the test, and it only cost $24. Rislone even offers a money-back guarantee if you use the product as directed and still fail your emissions test. To use it, pour one bottle into half a tank for a regular car or a quarter tank for a truck. Then drive it hard for about 20 miles. After that, fill up the tank as usual. Because it contains polyethyramine, it helps clean carbon deposits and can restore lost fuel economy.
You may also notice better acceleration and smoother idling.
Keep in mind, like all fuel additives, this is not a permanent fix. It works best right before an emissions test. For maintenance, use it every 5,000 miles to help keep your catalytic converter clean. The good news is that this product will not void your warranty, unlike some of the products we'll talk about later. Before we move on, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. If you enjoy automotive DIY tips that can save you thousands of dollars and help you avoid costly mistakes, this is the channel for you. Now, let's look at a product that isn't even marketed as a catalytic converter cleaner but still gets the job done.
Number 8. Leaky Moly Catalytic System Cleaner. When it comes to this product, German engineering is not just hype. Unlike many other catalytic converter cleaners, Leaky Moly starts working right away. You don't need to go on a long drive before it begins cleaning. As soon as you use it, it starts breaking down soot, carbon, and other deposits that affect fuel combustion. It also helps clean the catalytic converter, intake valves, and combustion chamber. Before going further, it's important to understand that there are 2 different products. The first one is Leaky Moly Catalytic System Cleaner, which is sprayed directly into the intake system. The second is Leaky Moly Catalytic System Clean, which you pour into the gas tank. System Clean is more for prevention and works gradually while you drive. The CAT System Cleaner spray is stronger and more aggressive, so it's best to use that first. You'll need someone to help you with this. While spraying the cleaner, keep the engine RPM between 2,000 and 3,000. After you finish the spray bottle, pour the System Clean into the fuel tank and drive normally. You should notice smoother acceleration, and in many cases, the P0420 check engine light may turn off. If the check engine light has only been on for a few weeks and you want a cheaper option, you can try using just the System Clean. This product works very well, but it is missing one important ingredient. And that's what gives the next product an advantage. Number 9. Soldiit Catalytic Converter Cleaner and Deodorizer. One of the worst things that can happen while driving is noticing a rotten egg smell. That's not you, it's your catalytic converter overheating and struggling. Soldiit Catalytic Converter Cleaner and Deodorizer is made to remove that bad smell while also cleaning the converter. It has a special formula that helps clean the exhaust gas recirculation, EGR, valve, the combustion chamber, and the oxygen sensor. It works by breaking down carbon buildup and oily deposits using a strong alcohol-based formula made with methanol and isobutanol. This helps clean the entire exhaust system without harming the fuel system. At under $17, it's one of the most affordable catalytic converter cleaners available. It's not the strongest product on this list, but it's a good choice if your converter is only slightly clogged. If you see a check engine light with a code like P0420, it usually means the catalytic converter has dropped to about 95% efficiency. If you use this cleaner within a few weeks of seeing that code, your converter can start working almost like new again. To use it, pour one bottle into a full tank of fuel. Drive until the tank is nearly empty, then refill. Repeat this every 6,000 miles to help keep your catalytic converter clean. However, if you've been ignoring the check engine light for several months, you may need a stronger cleaner. Danger number 1: high concentration acetone solutions, over 50%. Acetone is a key ingredient in products like Cataclean and in lacquer thinner. But some shady mechanics thought, why not just use pure acetone?
The problem is that while Cataclean uses 10 to 30% acetone safely, these high concentration solutions have over 50%.
That's basically a death sentence for your car. Acetone is a very strong solvent.
It can dissolve varnish in fuel deposits, which sounds good.
It does remove carbon from the catalytic converter. But it doesn't stop there. It also attacks the fuel in your tank, stripping away its lubricating properties.
It eats away at all plastic and rubber components, destroying fuel lines and the fuel pump. As it breaks down carbon deposits, some acetone can clog fuel filters and injectors. In short, your entire fuel system could fail, costing over $2,500 to replace. And while the catalytic converter will also be destroyed, the real danger is inside the engine. High levels of acetone create extremely hot spots in the combustion chamber, which can crack piston rings or even seize the engine. Repairs for that alone can cost up to $5,000. So this cheap fix can easily end up costing over $10,000, all because someone didn't want to spend $30 on a proper cleaner like Cataclean.
Ouch. Here's the even bigger truth. A failing catalytic converter is usually a symptom, not the root problem. It will eventually fail again unless you address the real cause. And the best place to start? The 13 hidden sensors that are quietly killing your engine. Danger number 2, octane boosters marketed as cat cleaners. This is one of the fastest ways to turn a $20 purchase into a $5,000 repair bill. First, octane boosters are only needed for cars that require high-octane fuel. If your car runs on regular gas, you don't need them, and using them can be dangerous. The bigger problem is that most octane boosters contain methylcyclopentadienyl manganese tricarbonyl, MMT. MMT leaves orange deposits on spark plugs, which can cause engine misfires. And misfires can damage your catalytic converter. Even more concerning, manganese can coat your oxygen sensors. This creates a permanently false lean reading, which makes the engine computer dump extra fuel into the combustion chamber. That extra fuel overheats the catalytic converter and can burn it out. On top of that, metallic residues like manganese oxide can build up inside the catalytic converter, clogging it. Many of these cheap products also contain solvents like alcohol or kerosene, which can damage O-rings, rubber seals, fuel pumps, and injectors. In short, using an octane booster as a cat cleaner could leave you needing new spark plugs, a new catalytic converter, new oxygen sensors, and even a new fuel line, easily costing over $5,000. And that's still not the worst option. We're saving the final danger for last. Danger number 3, sodium hydroxide. Some people think the solution is simple: remove the catalytic converter and soak it in sodium hydroxide. In theory, it sounds like it should work. Sodium hydroxide, also called caustic soda or drain cleaner, is a very strong degreaser. It can break down varnish, sludge, and carbon buildup. But there's a big problem: it also attacks aluminum oxide. Catalytic converters have a special wash coat where the chemical reactions happen. This wash coat is usually made of aluminum, titania, or silica, and it's essential for the converter to work properly. Sodium hydroxide is highly corrosive to aluminum and will start eating away at this coating. The process isn't instant. At first, it may remove some carbon and improve exhaust flow, which can even clear the P0420 check engine code. That makes people think the cleaning worked. What they don't realize is that the converter is now being destroyed from the inside. The next time the code comes back, the catalytic converter is beyond repair, and replacing it can cost $1,000 to $2,500. It gets worse. Residue from the sodium hydroxide can reach the oxygen sensor. The chemical attacks the zirconia and platinum inside, and it also leaves alkaline salts that react when hot. This destroys all the downstream oxygen sensors within weeks or months if you're lucky. And unfortunately, that's actually a better outcome than what happens with the next dangerous product.